Alrighty, people, welcome back. The boys are
Woo!
back. The boys are back. No, yeah, we welcome back to the drum roll, please. High Elevation Podcast, people. We got
Woo!
the name. I was thinking it was High Altitude Podcast, but now that doesn't make sense.
No.
High Elevation Podcast.
Mhm.
Because he's in Colorado, and we're tall. He's got
Yeah,
a
well.
high IQ. I got I got high hoop skills. All right, it's up there. All right, high
You know,
elevation.
just works.
It,
Just
it, it worked
works.
well. It's what we're going with, and it's here to stay. So if you got any complaints about it, you can be quiet. All
You
right,
can
because
shut up.
yeah, exactly. You shut your mouth because that is here to stay, and you're gonna keep tuning in every episode. All right, how you been, Reed? You been good?
I've been well. How have you been, Daniel?
Getting through. I had my first day of work yesterday. Cronies. I mean, sorry, at the yard actually. It was easy shift, slow Sunday. I actually got
Nice.
a good workout in this morning too as well. Cold shower too. I really got it going
Ooh,
on right now. You can't. I
cold
can't.
cold shower's brutal.
No, yeah. I was hot most of the time, and then at the end it got cold. But
Yeah.
it's I'm pushing through. I feel like I'm having some great self improvement today. Yeah.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it. All
So
right. Yeah, go
yeah. What
ahead.
do you want to talk about? Reed, go ahead.
I think I want to talk about the most pressing topic, March Madness.
It was
What?
great. Yeah, it was great. Did you watch any of? Did you watch all of it? Did you
Oh,
watch a lot of
I,
it?
can't watch every game at the same times, but I watched a lot. Put it that
Sure.
way. Watched a lot of
What was
games.
your favorite game? Favorite game?
Um, Personal bias. This wasn't a good game, but personal bias. I really like the UCLA Utah State game just because I was rooting for only team I really had a vested interest in.
Sure.
But what is it? Yesterday, Maryland Colorado State
hmm
buzzer beater at the end. Did he travel? Did he not travel? We don't know, but
Oh,
what a
oh yeah. I mean, yeah. They think he might have traveled. I think it
yeah.
was clean.
It
As a
actually you
Go ahead.
played college basketball, so I can ask you: is there a gather step in college basketball?
There is. It matters. It matters when the situation. It's
Hmm.
a big by eyesight kind of thing. Like
Yeah,
if it looks natural, they'll go with it. Because like you're allowed to take as many steps as you want if you have continuous dribbling.
yeah,
But that gather step, there is some times where it seems a bit outrageous. But most of the time, the refs will let it go. So I had no problem with the end with that play.
yeah.
It looked like there was a third step, but I mean, it looked like it was a natural movement, and the refs thought so too. I mean, usually when there's a travel in college basketball, it's like egregious, like oh, travel,
Yeah.
So I was cool with it. I was cool with it. My favorite game was the Utah. Sorry, not Utah. UConn versus Florida.
What a game.
Just because UConn clearly was the worst team, like talent wise,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of Dan Hurley haters, and even me sometimes. Like the last two
Hmm.
years, it's kind of annoying seeing them win every time. But I
Yeah.
really liked that like they came to play. Like their defense was amazing. As just like a
Yeah.
basketball watcher, I was really appreciative
Yeah.
of what they were doing, and like it was awesome out there.
Yeah.
I thought that game was great.
To the Dan Hurley point, there's a lot of haters that say he makes the game about himself or he's too. It's just the UConn basketball. You want to think of the players. However, it's just naturally everyone thinks of Dan Hurley.
hmm
But as a Laker fan last year, while JJ Redick's been an amazing coach, and in hindsight, I wouldn't change a thing. But I
hmm
was so on the Dan Hurley train, wanting the Lakers to sign Hurley. I think he's a great coach. Yes, he does whine a lot. Yes, he does sometimes make it about himself. But you don't win back-to-back national championships and
Yeah,
almost beat the one seed in a third straight
yeah.
uh,
I think
without being a great coach.
I think he clearly makes his team play to their potential.
Yeah,
I will say I was interested to see how if he did take the Lakers job. It would have been interesting to see if
yeah.
he
Did what
how
Reddick's doing.
yeah, or if I feel like with Hurley's style, he has to have everyone from the assistant coaches to the
Yeah,
bench guys. Like they have to all be on the same mission, and I feel like in the
yeah.
NBA that is a little lost compared to
Hmm.
college. And
For sure.
it'd be interesting to see if he'd be
Yeah.
have that same
I
energy every game for the whole season because there's a lot more games in the NBA. You're
yeah.
dealing with divas in the NBA who make a ton of money.
Oh,
So
I think that's the biggest difference. Usually, unless you're dealing with some of like the best players in college basketball, like your known number one pick, number two pick, you're not
mhm,
dealing with your big personalities, at least not to the level to the NBA. So I'd say it's somewhat a little easier, I'd say, to coach in college because you don't have those personalities.
Hmm.
That being said, though, in college, the big personalities usually comes amazing play. So it's
Yeah.
one and the same. And without those big personalities and probably without that amazing play, it's more on the coach to draw great plays for your team, get the most out of your guys. So it's give and take in
Yeah.
both.
Well, also
However,
for example, like
we
also
see.
with Dan Hurley's example, and like every school, is these
Yeah.
coaches they recruit guys that fit their
Yes.
agenda, their program. Like there's so
Yeah.
many options of schools to go to. So like
Mm-hmm.
they look for the exact player that plays a certain way.
You
And for
can only
example,
go after so
UConn,
many people.
like you're not going to be playing on UConn basketball if you're not bought into Dan Hurley's system, and
No.
that's just kind of the way it is. That's how it
Mm-hmm.
is in college. A lot of times, the coach is kind of the almost dictator, not dictator, but like he's the leader. It's the coach's team. You got to buy into what the coach wants, and
Yeah.
if not, you're not going to be playing. All right.
There,
So,
there is one thing. From your point of view of playing as well, I want to ask, and this leaks also into the NBA and college basketball. What are your thoughts on the new style of play in both the NBA and college basketball, where there's clearly more threes,
mhm.
clearly more drives, mid range is gone. What do you think about that play? Do you find it entertaining to watch? And looking at March Madness, I think when Curry was coming into his own in the league, there was a clear discrepancy in the NBA and college basketball, where the NBA was they had adopted that heavy 3-pointer focus, whereas college basketball hadn't caught up yet. However, watching this March Madness and the season as a whole, it's clear college is now caught up to that style of play. That's how they want to play.
Mhm.
What's your thoughts on that style of play? Do you think it's good for the NBA and college basketball?
Sure.
Bad? What do you and also just level of play, is it higher, lower? Like what are your
Yeah.
thoughts on that?
So NBA, obviously, everyone has been complaining about the 3-pointer, the 3-pointer this year. I
Yeah.
mean, these guys are just unbelievable shooters, and in the college three, they have backed it up as well too in previous years. So it's almost the same as the NBA. It's like a European three, the college
Yeah.
basketball. So it's almost the same distance. So in the NBA, I think with regular season it can get a little boring because these guys are shooting a lot of threes. They don't play the
Hmm.
best defense. The court is larger as well in the NBA, so it's harder to guard.
I didn't know it was.
Um,
Wait, it's actually bigger court.
yeah, it's a
I
bigger
didn't know.
court, bigger
Oh wow,
court. So there's more spacing. The key is bigger in the NBA too, and you're not allowed to
that
stand
I
in the
know.
key. So
Yeah.
that's a big thing as well. So I think in the playoffs, I think the rules will be perfect in the NBA. But in
Yeah.
college, I think it's so great, like
Yeah.
because you like I also feel like the people aren't as good as shooters.
No.
Well, in general, like you can see there's a lot more missed threes. The
Oh yeah.
games are shorter, and these games are also one game elimination games
Mm-hmm.
where like every possession is so important. So
Yeah.
it makes sense that they're feeding bigs, that they're trying to get down low in the post, and then they're kicking out for threes. And you see
Yeah.
these tournament games, like these 3-pointers, like
Mm-hmm.
if you make a 3-pointer, like it changes the whole game.
Yeah.
And when the score is like 60 points or something like that, a 3-pointer is a huge amount of points
Huge. It
for your
like
team.
the value of a three in college is so much more than the value in the
Exactly, but
NBA.
I will argue that it's harder to make a three in college too as well.
Exactly.
So just
Yeah.
because it's tough, and you'll see these teams they in like college these one game elimination games are so cool because like there'll be teams that are struggling. For example, I think it was Arkansas versus Kansas,
Yeah.
and then Kansas hadn't played a zone the entire year,
And
like
they
set,
do.
and they went to a zone and Arkansas didn't know what was going on.
Yeah. Well,
So
Arkansas did fight through it, but it messes with teams. And speaking of streaks, I don't know if you watched either of the St. Mary's games, and also like three straight St. Mary's games. They had the game versus Gonzaga in the WCC championship. I don't think they hit a three. I think they went 0 for 16.
mhm.
Then they go into the game, their first round game against, I believe, who did they play?
St. Mary's.
Vanderbilt. Yes, St. Mary's Vanderbilt. It took them until I think stupid long. I think they're 0 for 15 from three until they finally hit their first. And then just the most recent game against Bama, they didn't hit a game until 7 minutes. Not hit a game, hit a three until 7 minutes left in the second half. So
Yeah.
it's just it's all in March Madness. It's all about momentum, all about streaks and
Hmm.
threes. It's kind of how you live and die by it. You either lose all your momentum by missing your threes, or you gain all your momentum by hitting threes. But
Yeah.
I also bring this whole 3-point culture talk about up because I think and one of the also a huge reason why I want to talk about sports myself is I think the media has done a horrible job. The NBA media specifically has done a horrible job getting its content out and putting a positive spin on it. Because I think for the layman fan, if you will, thinks, oh, NBA now is just people chuck threes, no one plays defense.
Yeah, that's what I thought
That,
beginning of the season for sure.
yeah, that's all it is. However, I don't think that's it at all. One, when you look at the way they get these threes, is just no team gets a three the same way. Yes, more teams are using the pick and roll. However, each team, when you look at the Grizzlies, for example, super fast paced. They're always blitzing down the court to try and get their shot as fast as possible, at least get people open as fast as possible, because they have the speed to do that. Whereas a team like the Nuggets, for example, with Jokic just running middle of the floor, it's going to be completely different. And I think everyone, at least NBA media, has focused on the end of the play, the end result, which usually ends in a three or directly at the rim, instead of looking how plays develop. And when it comes to no defense, defensive schemes are more complicated now than ever. Than ever before, they're more complicated. So I think it's unfair to NBA or even college defense to say it's bad defense. Rather, these players are just getting better. These players have found better ways to score. 3 points
No,
is
yeah.
worth more than two.
The
So I think
the
NBA media does a bad job promoting their product. And yes, you might say now, oh, it's three and drive, but the ways they get this is what people need to be promoting, and not just the end and make it sound lame, especially by NBA media where their job is to promote the product. These aren't
exactly.
NBA haters, it's NBA media.
Yeah, it is annoying that the people that are trying to promote the sport are kind of hating on the sport, which is
Yeah.
it's probably tough for the players as well too.
Oh,
So,
so
but at
bad.
the end of the day, like these players in the NBA are like so offensively talented,
Yeah.
like the star players on these teams, like they actually are unguardable, and
Unreal.
so it kind of just how it is sometimes when you aren't allowed to stand in the key, and
Yeah.
and you go one on one a lot, and then these guys who you can't guard, they're very talented. They're going to get points on you. So it
Yeah.
is tough, and like it's almost and like you can't like in college people go to zone sometimes and it works, but like you can't really go to like people do zones in the NBA, but you can't really do it. So
No. Every
it's
every zone defense just gets bullied in the NBA.
yeah. So let's
Abused.
check in. Let's check in on our bracket.
Our,
We did a
oh
bracket
boy.
last time, guys. Let me give you the raw numbers on our bracket real quick. This is guys. We're not doing the best on our personal on the bracket that Reed and I made. We are ranked on ESPN 19 millionth in the world.
20th
I'm looking at it
percentile.
too.
We've had better days.
Click that blue thing, the chart. Yeah, click that.
Yeah.
How many Sweet 16 teams do we have?
We have, oh boy, let's see. We
Oh,
got
two final
one, two. Neither of these. Oh boy.
three.
Three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 7 out of 16. So less than half.
Yikes! And then we have two Final Four teams out, huh?
Yeah. Well, UConn was just our go crazy pick.
And they almost
There.
made it.
Yeah. They
They
almost
made
won.
it.
And then the team I was really high on, Wisconsin, just
I
go,
know.
BYU?
I know. They didn't
And
play the best.
I heard this from TikTok, so not the most reliable source, but I heard Wisconsin tried protesting the game because
Really?
the BYU guy did a mean dunk way after the whistle, and they're saying that should have been a technical foul, and we get 2 free throws. That's what they're saying.
Was it a close game?
It was a two-score game, 2-point game. I believe the final score was 91-89, if I believe.
Oh, like they're saying like he hung on the rim. They should have been a technical foul.
So Wisconsin missed the last shot,
Hmm.
and then buzzer ended. Then the BYU guy goes all the way down the court, throws it off the glass to himself, and dunks it. And they're saying that should have been a technical foul. And if that happened at any other time of the game, that would have been called a technical foul. But I don't know what the rule is for once the game's over.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a little petty. I feel like
you
they're
lost.
just looking.
Go home.
Like technical foul is like it's an objective call by the ref. Like you can't like protest. I don't think you could protest about it. I mean,
No.
if that's real, it seems a little. I mean, you still have the backward. Like, come on, man. But I will say, losing these games is tough. Like you see these players, like they're crying after the game. That's what makes this tournament so amazing, and so sad at the same time. I have a couple brackets filled out. Reed, let me show you what my brackets are looking like. I have one bracket that's looking money. I didn't make that many, but like 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
In this one league though, we got Houston winning. Let me see if I can show you real quick.
See that?
Let's see. Oh, this
It's almost there. We can see the Houston logo.
Yeah, you look at that
There we
first place, people. First place,
99.1 percentile.
exactly. I got 13 out of 16 um, Sweet 16 teams correct. So that's gonna be my best bracket. You got any good brackets, Reed?
I have a couple. One, I got one in the 99.5 percentile.
Oh, even better than me.
I got one good one, but I'd be lying if I said that was my main one. My main one that I really believed in, I'm 70 percentile.
Okay.
Um, but my perfect bracket that I've conveniently renamed a perfect bracket. Let me see if I can share my screen here real quick. Share my screen to this. We got this one rocking.
Wow, that's great. How many Sweet 16 teams do you have correct?
We love to see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
But I think you no, you have 14.
Really? No, I have three wrong. Oh, wait, really? Oh, 14. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14.
That's really good, Reed. That's really good.
14 rocking. All four teams in the
And yeah,
final.
all four of your final fours. Wow, that's a great bracket, Reed. I'm not even gonna lie.
We're we got this was the one we probably should have filmed, but this is a
Yeah.
great bracket. We
No, that is an amazing bracket. I mean, you got all the one seeds. I mean, that's really impressive, Reed.
went out I went out on a limb here.
No, you got Tennessee in there. They're a two seed. But
Oh yeah.
that's a great bracket.
Oh
You
yeah,
have
that would be a
you had
big game
BYU
for
making a
us.
run. You had
Te- te-
BYU, but the Purdue was a tough pick for to put in. I feel like they're a team that you'd think might get upset, but
yeah.
they're playing all
No.
right. Who do you think are the after the first weekend? Who's the top three teams you think?
From what I've seen, Duke looks unstoppable.
Hmm.
Flag is clearly held. Flag.
But did they
He's
play a
demonstrated.
good like they're playing bad
Well, I thought
teams?
Mississippi. Well, Miss FCC was a powerhouse this year, and Mississippi State was no slouch. That was a good, but
They played Baylor,
yeah,
right?
uh, sorry, Baylor. Yes, my bad.
Yeah.
They played, but I had them facing Mississippi State. But Baylor, who beat Mississippi State and was a highly rated team early, uh, they killed them. They handled them. But facing Caleb Love in Arizona, same Caleb Love, by the way, who beat Duke back in 2022 to, I believe, go to the championship game.
No,
Or
yeah.
so that'll be a
I
very fun
I
game.
saw Caleb Love was laughing in the post game presser.
I don't know. He
I
looked a little nervous. I
I
can't lie.
only thing you think you look nervous? Only
Looked a bit
thing about
nervous.
Arizona is they have him. They have and like if you have a great player in this tournament, you can go far. Like Duke and like Florida, the point guard, dude, that guy did amazing. What's his name
Yeah.
again?
Sorry for what team?
The Florida point guard.
Oh, he's the guy from. I'm not gonna remember his name, but he's from Iona. And funny enough, the just a fun story on him. He was on the Iona team that UConn beat 2 years ago in their first
Uh,
championship run, and now he's the
okay.
star player for
No,
Florida
yeah,
to
that
get his
guy.
revenge.
What the heck's his name? Can you find his name for me?
Okay. Yeah.
Basically, that guy is like you can tell he's NBA ready. Like
Oh,
end of game, he's just doing like just step over poles for three, and like this is a talent that like if you make these shots in college, like
you're going far.
you're going
Right.
far.
Dan Hurley said in his post game presser, he hit NBA level shots.
It was
He was hitting
definitely
NBA level threes.
that is
Wait,
100%
Walter
true.
Clayton Jr. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
exactly. Like you could just tell he plays at a different speed than everyone else.
Yeah.
And even though he didn't have the craziest numbers, like if you watch the whole
First half
game
was
and then
rough.
yeah, and if you watch the end of the game, like he kind of closed it down, and like UConn's a great team to close, like who closes, and
Yeah.
like he said
Can-
not today. He said
Candace
not today.
Parker made a great point during the Michigan State game yesterday, and she was like, "These teams who you know will make a run know how to close halves, both first half and second half, to get the moment." Because Michigan State was down like 9
Hmm.
against New Mexico,
Yeah,
going into the half. They're down 9, but they make a quick 7-0 run to cut it to 2 late in the first half, and then sure enough, they take that momentum and they cruise to win late.
I agree.
These championship teams, you got to look at what they do at the end of halves and then the second half specifically, and of course, end of the second half and the games, and that's where your Cinderella teams, if you will, get separated from the contender teams.
I agree. So give me your top three teams that are in.
Oh yeah, top 3 teams. Look, Well, I think the first one I said was Duke. They were my number one team going in. The flag injury kind of soured things a bit, but I mean, come on, it's they're dominant.
Did you see
So
any? Did you see any flag injury slowing him down at all?
I do. It is an ankle injury. Those linger. So I could see
Did
it
he
slowing
look
him
like he
down.
was a little slow, or you can't really
He
tell?
did not look throughout the year. He definitively looked like the best player on the court.
Hmm.
Last game, Proctor, and even the what against Mount St. Mary's, Proctor almost kind of looked like the best player as well
Yeah,
for
but
the
he's making
equivalent.
every
So
shot. I mean,
yeah,
everyone knows it's Flag's team.
I do. But the where it says the injury slowing him down though is he doesn't look like he did earlier. But he as you said earlier, it is weaker competition. He just went up
Yeah, he.
against
I feel like this weekend he's probably just
cruise control.
in cruise control. Exactly.
Yeah.
Who else do you like?
So another team I like, I'm gonna put in I'm gonna put an asterisk on this. But another team I like is Auburn.
Okay.
They were as with Duke, it was 1-2 Auburn Duke, but they lost 3 of 4 going into March Madness. 3 of 4.
Hmm.
You don't want to go into March Madness cold, but these last 2 games and against Creighton as well, they look good. Good wins for Auburn. They won by 12 against Creighton here. I like them. I know they came in March Madness cold, but
Yeah,
I'll do it.
I'm kind of on team not Auburn. I mean, they're great. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong, but I think the three best teams are I think obviously Duke. We're looking at number one right now.
yeah.
I think also Florida and Houston are there,
Ooh,
and then I like Michigan State too as well. And then I think Auburn's
mhm.
around there.
I was high on Florida going in, but you just can't struggle against UConn like that. I know they're the defending champs, but you are so much better. And to struggle that mightily, I'm gonna go with my pick to win it all. It was kind of a mean pick, but whatever. I'm going Tennessee. Chaz Lanier
To win the whole
has
thing.
just I for my real bracket, I had Tennessee all the way.
The only thing with Florida is if you look at their bracket right now, scroll down, like
Yeah, yeah,
they have an easy path now. All they gotta do
yeah.
is beat Maryland and then Arkansas or
Maryland, and
Texas
then it's
Tech.
either Arkansas or Texas Tech. It's
Yeah,
an easy
so
path, but I don't know. I think Florida loses to Michigan State. I think Florida loses to Tennessee. I think Florida loses to Auburn. I'm just not high on Florida right now after
sure,
that game I just saw. My third
yeah.
team would be Tennessee, but Houston, Dogs,
I
Alabama.
will just remind in this tournament, there's always teams that like barely squeak out a win, and you're like, oh, they suck, and then
Yeah,
they'll just go dominate next game.
true.
It's all about matchup. It's all about like it's like because you kind of it's one game at a time. You got to win 5 games, whatever it is.
Yeah,
So I think you'll be surprised like teams that might have like say struggled this week and struggle to win. Like I think
can dominate.
they're gonna have dominant performances next week. Same
We'll
with
see.
teams who like
Yeah.
dominated this weekend. They might have tougher games. So
Who would you say is your sleeper team?
oh, yeah,
If
I was gonna ask you
not
this
that you
too.
think's gonna win, but who's still around that you're excited to watch that could make a
Yeah.
run?
Um, I would say Arizona, which is like they got to play Duke though, so it's kind of tough. They're probably gonna
Yeah.
lose that game.
Mm,
If they got through that, I'd be like, whoa, Arizona. And they
yeah.
wouldn't be sleepers after that. But I think the sleeper that people need to look at is Michigan. Actually, I like the
I
Michigan pick.
like it.
Do you know who they pick again? Who they play? This?
Michigan is going up against Auburn,
Yeah,
and
I think they have a
upset
chance.
watch.
I think they have a chance. They just played good. They played good, and
I watched a lot of tech. For some reason, I watched a lot of Texas A&M, um, like not even film, but a lot of fans as well talk about them. And a lot of them said they were more worried about Yale in the first round, and I fell for it. I picked Yale round one
mhm.
instead of Michigan in round two, just because of the matchup. And Michigan going into a bad matchup for them kills them. I
Yeah.
mean, to be it, Texas A&M was actually up. I think most of the first
Were,
half,
were,
and in
were
the
they
second
your
half.
sleeper pick too as well?
Michigan, they weren't gonna be my sleeper pick, but they're a team I'm glad you talked about because they're a team I've been happy on. My sleeper pick is actually Arizona.
Okay.
I'm very high on experience. No one has more experience right now in this tournament than Caleb Love.
Hmm.
So I'm very high on him. But also, let's not sleep on Coach Calipari and
Oh yeah,
10th seeded
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
I like Arkansas too as well. I like
I don't
Arkansas
like
as
them to
well.
beat Texas Tech, but you know what? I didn't also have them beating St. John's. So
I will say this
we'll see.
in March Madness, a lot of the good teams are have the best coaches. Like these good coaches make a big difference for like these kids who are in college
Yeah.
and like they can really change a team around just either getting quick buckets or having them play
Oh
a
yeah.
certain level. And Arkansas has beaten two great coaches in Kansas and in St. John's. So
Yeah.
I, and they're playing confident, and that's all you can really ask for at this stage. I feel like every team now is going to be playing pretty confident after winning two straight games. So
hmm
yeah, good. I
Watch
think they
out.
got a chance. Everyone's
Watch
got a
out for
chance.
Arkansas. And I don't think Texas Tech is the hardest opponent. And I think Florida's the worst 1 seed as of now. There is a path.
Yeah. All
So
right.
we'll
So
see.
I was watching the games and like sometimes like the first round like it was Norfolk State versus whoever they were playing.
Yeah.
and and I see this clip live, and I couldn't believe my eyes. It had to be the meme of all time, and like no one else saw it, just me.
Yeah.
So can you pull it up for us
Look,
real quick? This is your first time seeing
I
it too, as well.
so yeah, we were talking earlier and Daniel goes, "Hey, have you seen this clip?" I'm like,
And
"What?"
Reed has
I'm
seen
like,
it all. Reed
yeah,
has seen it
I'm like,
all.
"What?" I'm like, "What clip are you talking about?" So, this is my first time reacting to it
The
and maybe
best
a lot
part
of
is,
your
I
guys' as
literally
well.
thought that's how he was. That's I think the funniest part is like that's literally how he was playing with his pants like
No way.
that.
Okay, let me share this screen here. All right, let's
And
see
the
this.
announcers had a field day.
Let's see this clip.
Ford scooped up by Jordan. Jordan's losing his shorts.
And so I'm watching it live. I'm like,
Oh,
what's going
the
on?
announcer even goes, he loses his shorts.
Yeah, go to the slow mo. Go to the slow mo part.
Oh, I'm sure they'll replay.
Losing your shorts, getting
Oh, brother, that's iconic.
you should get a
Let's
4
see this.
points for that. You make the
Oh,
Look at
this
this
is-
guy.
Oh, he's just playing with his pants down.
I don't think he felt embarrassed at all. Hang on there.
Which does he even pull him up after?
And then he gets an and
Drippy
one. I'm like,
drawers.
this guy-
To the tip. It's officially March Madness.
No
if you had
way.
droopy drawers on your
Wait, I
bingo
don't think
card.
he hasn't pulled up.
Almost had his own lingerie on the day.
They don't show it.
That would have
They
was
don't
for
pull it now. Oh
He
my
should have
god,
got a lingerie NIL deal. Is what should have happened.
bro! If I don't remember if you remember the St. Peter's run, but where they all got their advertisements because they won. If Norfolk State would have won this game, this guy would have had underwear deals up the
Exactly.
wazoo.
And another thing about the craziness of March Madness is the McNeese team manager got an NIL deal of. I saw a thing that said over $100,000.
NC State.
You kidding me? Can I be the team manager on McNeese? My goodness.
I
Like-
could feel that role.
Like, good for that kid. I saw you had like a Buffalo Wild Wings
Mhm.
jukebox, whatever it is, boombox.
Good
And
for him. And
no, yeah,
it
it's
shows
crazy.
you how important March Madness is. We can think of it as fans as just like, oh, it's March. It's the college basketball playoffs.
Mhm.
This could be careers for these kids.
Yeah, actually, something that I learned playing Division III basketball because it's obviously in the
Yeah.
NCAA March Madness tournament, right? Like college football isn't like technically NCAA like affiliated, or it's not like funded by the NCAA.
Oh, okay,
It-
okay.
Right? So what's it or something like that. And so the D1 March Madness this is what my coaches told me and when I was at Chapman in D3 is the Division One basketball tournament makes so much money. It funds the NCAA for every school in the NCAA. This tournament, like this funds
No
D3.
way.
This funds D2. This funds D3 swimming. This funds D3 lacrosse. This funds D2 field hockey. Like
That's
this
incredible.
tournament makes so much money that it funds all of the NCAA for the entire year.
That's incredible. I did not know that.
Yeah,
That is.
I didn't know that either. I was like, that's an insane fact, coach. He's like, yeah, I know. Isn't it crazy? And so the year that the NCAA tournament got canceled because of COVID, I was playing basketball in college,
Screw everything up.
and D2 and D3 sports were canceled the entire year because there wasn't funding for it.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's a reason.
I did not know that. That's incredible.
Yeah, because there wasn't a tournament, so there could be no money to fund the NCAA. So
Do they not have like reserves?
I know. It's just kind of how it was. It's it was a weird time code. We all know that.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so I think segueing from college basketball to NBA,
Hmm.
as Laker fans, LeBron just made his return from injury against the Bulls, where we
Yeah.
got absolutely slaughtered, but we don't need to talk about that.
Ridiculous.
What are your thoughts going forward for this Laker team with Luka, with LeBron, with Reeves, Hayes, etc.? How far, realistically, do you think the Lakers can go?
Yeah, so I think we're at a weird point right now with the Lakers. So I think when Luka came, it was the honeymoon stage of like, oh, the Luka magic. Teams are coming in like, oh, like it's Luka, right? Like,
Yeah.
and they're winning a lot of games, obviously, which is great. And like, so we could clearly know that we have the ability. We got a lot of scores. Reeves is really stepping up.
Incredible.
I think we're gonna fall out of that honeymoon stage a little bit, kind of like a relationship with your girlfriend. Like at the beginning, you're in love, can't you have each other, but it kind of wears off the love sometimes, and you got to find your way
You gotta
back
find
into
the way
it.
to bring it back.
Exactly, you gotta see why you're there, find the true love, and that's how the Lakers are gonna go far.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna have a little bit of bumpy roads, like the Bulls. Obviously, LeBron getting injured kind of ruined ruined the time. I think they need
Chemistry.
a lot more court time together, like than people think. Like it's hard to just jump on a court and play. But I will say, someone like Luka Doncic, who's a great one-on-one player, it's not as needed, I'd say, as opposed to another player. But I think the Lakers can do it. But I mean, we'll see. I mean, they play the Thunder soon. I'd like to see how that game goes. I mean,
Yeah,
be a
I know.
tough
I think we
beat
play
in the playoffs.
back-to-back road. I'm hoping though, because we don't play them until I say mid-April. Season's almost over. I'm
Mhm.
wondering if the Thunder are gonna have the 1 seed locked up,
True.
and they're gonna be coasting at the end.
True.
So,
And
I
how many
hope they're
games are
not.
Lakers from the 2 seed?
I mean, I can check the standings, but I
Yeah.
know that four game losing
That's
streak.
another big thing for the Lakers, getting that 2 seed. That way they're able to have some type of a
Well,
home court advantage. I think is
I
big
don't.
for them
I
too.
don't even know if 2 seeds the biggest deal. I think it's avoiding the Nuggets in round 1. All right,
Well, they've been
I-
playing well against the Nuggets recently.
yeah, but it was that one blowout. Then we just played them again with no Jokic and no Murray. So
We beat them with no Luka or LeBron, right?
Mm-mm.
Weren't
Luka
we in
played.
Arizona watching the game together?
Well,
And Reeves was going off.
well, the Nuggets won that game.
Did they?
Yeah, Nuggets won.
No, Lakers won.
The Nuggets won that game.
No, the Lakers won, Reed.
All right.
We were going
You know
crazy because Lakers won.
I'll believe it. No, but
Whatever,
it was the game where Russell Westbrook had the game-winning steal, unfortunately, against us.
Oh, was it that one?
Yeah, that was no game. Then we just played him recently with
But
no
we
Jokic.
played great without Luka
Oh.
or LeBron.
Reeves went off. Reeves and Connect went off. So right now we are the 4 seed, and we'd be slated to face the Grizzlies. For me,
Great
that's
matchup.
perfect.
Yeah.
I would love that. Why would I love that? Because there's 2 teams right now I don't want to face round 1. That's realistic. We could face the Nuggets and the Warriors. I don't want to face them round 1. I want to see them worn down a bit
We
before
could
we
beat the
face
Warriors.
them. They're I think the best team after the break though.
Oh, get out of here.
They're a good team.
No,
but we're 2
trust
games.
Me, trust me.
2 games out of the one.
I'm
2 games
aware
out of
that Steph Curry is unbelievable. He actually got injured.
Oh yeah.
And
What's
I know
that?
that
I don't know that status.
I know that Butler has been a great add, and like he's great. I'm not taking that away, but they're kind of going through the same kind of pain the Lakers going through, kind of getting a new guy who they got to figure themselves out. I think come playoff time, it might hurt them a little bit more than like someone like the Lakers with Luka. But
Yeah.
maybe that's my personal bias. And to be honest, I mean,
Mhm.
like I don't know, Draymond Green. I think he's old now. I don't know if the
Yeah.
Warriors got it anymore. I mean,
Like
they could surprise me. They could surprise me.
This could be false confidence, but there's a few teams I just don't see as threats. The 2-seeded Rockets right now, I'd love to face them round
They're the
1.
2 seed.
They're the 2 seed right now.
Wow.
We're 2, and to your other question, we're two games behind them. Then we got the Nuggets at the 3 seed, and they're right in between. They're 1 game ahead of us, 1 game behind them. Then it's us at the 4. We're a half game over the Grizzlies at 5, and we are 2.5 over the Warriors.
Pull up
at
the
6.
standings real quick so the people can see.
Yes. Let me go like here. Screen this. Here's the Western Conference.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, but look at literally 2 through 8. I mean, that's a
Dude,
dog.
to be
I mean,
honest, Phoenix Suns I wouldn't want to play.
no. I mean, Durant, Beal, or Booker can just get hot at the right time.
Yeah, same with the Warriors. Like, don't get me wrong, Steph Curry has the talent that he can win a series by himself versus anybody. So,
If we had to do playoff predictions now, obviously we'll assume play-in just for sake of argument. We'll just go 8-1 right now. Like those 8 teams, they'll win their playing games respectively.
Okay.
We'll go 8-1. Oh, Thunder Clippers. I think Thunder just too good.
I agree.
Nothing is competitive. Then you go Timberwolves Rockets.
Dude, I think Timberwolves win that series.
I think Timberwolves win that series too.
You saw them last year in the playoffs. I mean, they're good. Anthony Edwards is no joke in the playoffs. He turns it on.
No, I really like the Timberwolves in that series, and I don't even think that goes like 7. That could unironically be like a 5-game series.
Yeah.
I might be underselling the Rockets. I know they got dudes: Jalen Green, Alfred Sengun, Dylan Brooks, Fred Van
it's
Vliet,
different having
Amen
playoff
Thompson.
experience. Playoff basketball is a little bit different.
Yeah.
I think guys need like a playoffs under their belt before they can kind of pass success.
The only guy with true playoff experience there is Fred Van Vliet, and he's nowhere near their star. And then Dylan Brooks, who got memed out of the last playoffs. So, and then we got Warriors Nuggets. What a series!
Yeah, I think the Nuggets take that one. I think. I mean, the Warriors. I know they got this. I think it's fool's gold. The Warriors. Fool's gold.
I got a question for you. Did you ever have to play a game in high altitude on the road? and did that affect you?
To be honest, I don't think I ever had a tournament where I went to like Utah or Colorado.
Okay.
I think it would have been great. I know. I know that. Like I think the Lakers playoff game. I think like the first time they played the Nuggets, and they went to Denver. Like the players talked about how like
We're tired.
they couldn't breathe out there. So
I mean, when I first moved to Colorado, I'm not doing crazy sports, but you feel it.
Exactly.
So I do think it's a real thing. Then Grizzlies Lakers. No offense to the Grizzlies.
Let's go Lakers. Come on.
Not scared of them. Then we go into, in this scenario, Timberwolves Nuggets. Rematch of the semis last year.
Timberwolves Nuggets.
But I think the Nuggets
and the Timberwolves took them down, right?
Timberwolves took them down in 7. Fun fact, I went to Game 7. Timberwolves Nuggets.
How far are you from the Denver arena?
I'm about an hour.
Okay.
Give or take traffic.
Not too bad. Let's go Nuggets this year. They get him back.
I think they exact their revenge. Then the series of all series, Lakers Thunder.
You know, I think this is the big question in the NBA right now, or at least for Laker fans. Can they get past the Thunder? I know the Thunder don't have the most playoff experience, but based on what I'm seeing from the Thunder,
Shay's
a beast.
Holmgren. Look, as a biased Laker fan, I want to go Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm going to go with.
Oh,
screw analytics.
There you go.
But my brain says Thunder. I mean, just look at that Thunder team.
Analytics. What's it called? But I will say, underrated with the Thunder is their fan base in the playoffs is the best fan base.
I've seen like memes and stuff where like it needs to be the Thunder are obligated to get a spot in the playoffs just for those fans alone. If you guys haven't, just look at those 2012 days with Westbrook, Durant, even the Harden days. I think it was one of the craziest clips I've ever seen. Westbrook fast break dunk against the Lakers, the Kobe Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
That crowd was unglued.
Exactly.
Unglued.
And they all wear their shirts. If you did that in LA, the fans wouldn't wear the shirts correctly.
They'd still mess it up.
I think it's the Thunder's conference this year. Maybe the Nuggets can.
It's theirs to lose.
The thing that's great about this playoffs in the NBA, at least in the Western Conference, is literally any of these teams can make a run. I feel like some seasons it's like it's theirs. It's the Nuggets this year.
Look, I might be underrating the Thunder. I think it's wide open. I think the Thunder have a shot. The Nuggets have a shot. The Lakers have a shot. The Warriors have a shot. Hell, even the damn Timberwolves have a shot.
I agree.
I think all these teams have a legitimate shot. And then, hypothetically, in a Laker-Nugget series, I'm a lot more scared of the Thunder than I am the Nuggets.
You think? I mean, the Lakers have lost to the Nuggets twice in a row.
Yeah, but we didn't have fucking Luka Doncic, all right?
This is true. But the thing is, Jamal Murray, for whatever reason, just turns into
prime fucking Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he turns into Michael Jordan out there. So it's we'll see. It's interesting to see. I'm excited to see it, and I just hope that the Lakers get a little bit more momentum going. I think it's actually good that they hit a bad spell for a little bit.
Yeah.
And
you need to know how to fight through adversity with this new group.
And I think
And
a
what
top
do we
seed
have
would
now?
be good having that home court advantage.
And then I guess we don't need to talk too much about the Eastern Conference, but there is one either or, and I'll give my take after. Cavaliers or Celtics? Who are you going with?
I think everyone's saying the Celtics. I think I'm in agreement too as well. I mean, the Cavaliers, they have won a lot of games. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
I just think when it comes down to the playoffs, defense ramps up a little bit more, and kind of you have like those guys who kind of can get it done. And I think that Celtics clearly with Tatum and Brown, they kind of have those
Yeah.
guys
I mean,
solidified.
last game, Celtics went up on the Cavaliers 28-3 to start the game. Then the
Really?
Cavaliers came back and won the game.
I didn't even
So,
see that.
yeah. I think the Celtics showed, though, in that first quarter, if they want to put the clamps on them, they can. And I just think they will.
Hey, what's the one of the Milwaukee Bucks, bro? Giannis and Lillard.
Milwaukee,
I think they got a
look,
chance. Give them a
I've
chance,
said that
Reed.
I've said that every year. And
Nah,
look,
give them a chance this year.
they're my number. I have them, even though there's two teams ahead of them in the Pacers and Knicks. They're quite definitively my number 3 in the East.
All
I
right.
just think there's a level to this, and I think the Celtics and the Cavs are just above them. Then I put the Bucks and the Knicks at a tier below. Then it's kind of everyone else.
So I've been
Not a pick.
hearing that there's some drama with the MVP situation
Oh,
in the
yeah.
NBA. Can you give me the rundown on it, Reed?
So we got the rundown in the MVP. We got SGA of the Oklahoma City Thunder,
Mhm.
and we got, of course, the 2-timer. Well, actually, I should say back-to-back. But the 3-timer, Nikola Jokic going for his 4th MVP. And look, I think this race is cut and dry. And I'm going with the unpopular pick amongst NBA media. I'm going Jokic.
Yeah.
Jokic is having, I don't want to say by far, but is having the best season of his career. And if you guys remember the 2018 MVP run with James Harden and LeBron James, I think it's very reminiscent to that time where it's, do you like SGA's play style or not? And I'm sorry, I don't.
All right.
I think Jokic has people clown on Jokic's defense. I think he has better defense than SGA. He's a better playmaker than SGA as a center. He's obviously a better rebounder. The only thing SGA does is score more points. And while yes, that is the most important thing in a game, you want to score the ball, I think Jokic actually generates more points than SGA while playing better defense, being a better playmaker. I think the strongest argument for SGA, though, is one, it's going to be voter fatigue, but two, his team with not as much star power as someone like a Murray or an Aaron Gordon next to you is 59-12. Whereas the Nuggets are fighting for the 3 seed. They could easily fall to 6 with a bad run.
Yeah, that's my thought process is these voters, of course, the voter fatigue that happened to LeBron a lot. It seems like a lot.
Oh. It's a crime. LeBron only has 4 MVPs, by the way. A crime.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, Kobe Bryant should have 4 MVPs, but he's got 1. So I'm gonna put that out there too. Give Kobe some respect.
Yeah.
But what's it called? I think I think this has been Shy's year. We're like the Thunder, the clear best team in a great conference, 13-game lead. They don't have any really other star on the team, like you were saying. I think it's kind of going Shy's way. Just from like an average fan's perspective, I say it's going Shy's way, but there's always I mean, if you watch Jokic, you can see why he wins these MVPs. It's incredible how big and fat this dude is, and he's able to make this difference. Like, he's a great guy. He's insane to watch. He's got the European flair. He's a good player,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah. I think it's
Also, I will say about Jokic, I think it's funny is he literally treats the NBA like he's clocking into work. He's like, oh my God, I gotta clock into my job today. Swipes his clock in card, and he's like, oh my God. Like, they can win on a buzz beater, and he'll be like walking back to the locker room, like, whatever. Time to clock
my
out.
favorite meme is Jokic has won 3 Employee of the Year awards. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Here it is. I mean, just look at these. I'm going to compare these two stats real quick. Also, we look at up top here. Lakers up 5. Big
Who they
game.
playing? Oh, Orlando.
Orlando Magic. Whoa.
How many points does Luka have?
Let's look at the box score. Actually, why not?
Yeah.
Luka's rocking 19.
Great.
Only 2 assists though. He's
Yeah,
scoring
it's
today.
Luka though. Who cares?
LeBron 12-5 and 12-3 and 5, like that.
Oh, Lakers are 15 and 18 on the road. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. We had big home road discrepancy.
Yeah. All right, well, cool. Yeah,
but
we're
yeah.
checking the end of the game. But yeah, oh, you see Bronny career high 17?
17?
Dude, the funniest thing I think is fun. Like the thing that I think is the most funny is like the Lakers announcers like, like they struggle to call him James. They're like, oh, swings it to James on the side. It's like, bro, or like
No,
James
I get
Jr.
it though.
Yeah, I understand. Like you want him to be his own person, but come on,
Yeah.
he's only on the team because of his dad.
The last statement on the on this, and then I want to move on to maybe some other sports. Let's look at this for Jokic. 29, third place, second place, ninth place, averaging a triple-double. I know Russell Westbrook watered this down a bit. And by the way, Russell Westbrook is my favorite player of all time, so maybe that's why I have some triple-double bias.
Yeah.
But look at this. He is top 10 in the 4 main categories, and when you go into the advanced stats, it gets even crazier. But we won't get into all the nerd stuff now. But
I
even just for
know
the
you're
layman,
getting your nerd levels are going up. I will say, but
just for the layman. But let's go real quick. If I then go back to,
you're averaging 29. That's pretty good. What's Shy averaging?
yeah, that's where we're going to next. Then we go to the Thunder, and let's look at SGA, what he's doing. Don't get me wrong, it is impressive. Shea's averaging 32.8 first, but then we go to rebounds.
Like 2 points higher than like the usual scoring leader, huh?
But yeah, we go. It's damn impressive. But when we go to rebounds, 78th, nowhere near Jokic. But you don't expect that. He's a point guard. But you do expect the assists to be close. Not even top 10. 14 ain't bad.
The guy's putting up 33 a night on average.
Yeah, but Jokic's putting up 29 a night on 7% more effective shooting.
Bro, the scoring leader never gets 33. It's usually like 29, 30 max. Right?
Let's look. Let's look at NBA scoring leaders by year.
Yeah, give me that.
It's probably going to be what Wikipedia is going to be the easiest way to do this. It's funny. You can't use Wikipedia for any real research, but for this research, it's the best.
Hey, Wikipedia has some good stuff. All right, Reid?
All right. I take it back. Wikipedia is failing me right now. I'm looking at annual leaders. Oh, here we go. It's all the way down here. Let's look. Let me change my screen.
Yeah, pull it up.
Share screen. This one. We got Luka last year at 33.9,
okay.
33.1, 30.6, 32, 34.
Maybe I was wrong. So, James Harden 36.
Yeah, that was.
Oh my goodness.
This year was, and this I could be wrong. I don't think he won MVP this year. By the way.
What a dumb trade by the Mavericks. 34 points a game to trade.
34, and they trade because he's overweight. That I feel like the Luka trade is a conversation for another day. As a Laker fan, I love it.
Had some corruptness to that, I think, losing viewership or something.
Look, we can get into that too. As a Laker fan, I love it, but man, as an NBA fan, it just boils. It boils.
Like Carmelo 28 that one year. Like that's what I think about like score leader, like 28.
Yeah, this is what this might. But yeah, SGA is doing league average for.
What's the highest? What's the highest in the last?
36 for Harden is insane, and I don't see anything higher.
Most, 37.
Here's 37 for MJ.
Yikes!
He was so good. We could have a whole GOAT debate with MJ and Braun.
50. Oh, Will Chamberlain.
Will, and then that's gonna be the highest we see. Yeah.
I was like,
but Wilt was not a real player. Look, all I know is there's no footage of that 100-point game. No footage.
Oh, come on, Reid. All right.
Anyway, moving on to the better sports. No, not really. But the sport I care about more, baseball.
Woo! Let's go Dodgers!
Let's go Dodgers. I'm going to
Give me some quick facts. I know we talked about the Dodgers last time, but can you give me some information on kind of just how the viewers are looking for this season? Everything's going on. Let me see.
I want to work off our previous combo with the Tokyo series because I was watching a video. So I hope all these numbers are correct, but I'm assuming they're around the same. With how important the Japan audience is to baseball right now. And
tell me how important it is, Reid. Tell me.
I know there are some complaints about waking up at 3 a.m. for LA, waking up at 6 a.m. in New York to watch these games. 2 games, suck it up. That's all I gotta say. Just here's some numbers real quick.
Data guy. Here we go.
We got Before we even get to the Tokyo series, we'll start at the 2024 World Series. 2023 was like all-time low ratings. You got the Texas Rangers, who were a 5 seed, against the Arizona Diamondbacks, who were a
You're
6
talking about the
seed.
World Series in general, not the whole
World
season,
Series in
just the World
2023.
Series. Yeah.
No. World Series 2023, some record low ratings. We go into 2024, we're back up to 15.8 million viewers.
What was it before?
Concurrent viewers. Well, it was a 67% increase. This is more than double. So I want to say it was around, 7, maybe 6 million?
Mm-hmm.
A more than double, nearly insane. No, sorry, not more than double. I got that wrong.
Not
Almost
double,
a third increase. Yes,
Yeah.
almost a third.
2/3.
It just
Right.
that's incredible. Then we go into the main demographic you want to hit. What age range would you say is probably most important that MLB fans want to go after?
Probably
you think
around
in terms of
around
age?
my age, probably 18 to 30, I'd say.
18 to 34-year-olds had a 101% increase in this World
Sheesh.
Series than the last one. That actually is double. I
Time out.
didn't fail math, I swear.
Yeah, it's double point one. I'm just gonna say, give the Yankees some credit too as well. All right, the Yankees got a lot
Yes.
of fans.
Well, here's where I'm gonna asterisk that real quick.
Here we go.
This was the first time ever in World Series history there was more concurrent, and also, by the way, the numbers I just gave were the USA numbers,
Okay.
not including Japan. And this was the first year
So the
ever.
Yankees should probably help that number, but keep going.
The first year ever, Japanese viewers surpassed USA viewers.
Wow.
And just, it's ridiculous. In game 1, it was 15.9 million viewers in Japan.
Freddie Freeman
It
probably
is incredible. Game
Freddie
2, I
Freeman probably
believe.
got a lot of Japan fans.
Yeah, and these games for them are starting at 9 a.m. This is early morning. These guys are going to work.
Oh wow.
Just insane. But that's just to give a reference to how important it is. Then we go into this Tokyo series. For game 1, so I just gave you those numbers, right?
You did.
Take a wild guess what game 1 for the Tokyo series. We're not talking World Series anymore.
Total
Game-
viewership or
Game 1 of just Japanese viewers. If these numbers are correct.
If they surpassed it, let's say World Series is a little bit bigger. Let's say 10 million.
For game 1, 25 million viewers
Just in
in
Japan.
Japan. That is 12% of the country.
It's like a Super Bowl.
Yeah. It was quite literally the Super Bowl. Game 2 had
12% of the
20
country.
Game 2 had 22%. Not 22%. 22 million viewers as well. In the USA, it had 8, and then also I'm gonna say a number that's gonna sound low, but we'll compare it. Game 1 had 830,000 viewers in the USA. Mind you, 3 a.m., 6 a.m., depending what.
Yeah,
what
it was
coast
you
you're on.
watching it. I ain't watching that.
I was all 830 on all my accounts.
Yeah.
No, but that is from the Seoul series prior, which also had Ohtani, by the way, which also had the Dodgers,
Mhm.
a 139% increase
Wow.
in
That's
the
great.
USA.
Look, that's great. The MLB is thriving. The NBA is dipping.
But Luke is changing that. Like the Lakers-Celtic game that was in Boston a couple weeks ago.
Mhm.
I think one of the highest viewed regular season games
In a while.
in recent memory.
What kind of numbers are we talking on that? Do you know?
I'm gonna look up exact numbers, but I think we're in.
Give
Lakers
me. So the Dodgers. What did they got coming up? They play Thursday, right? Their opening day.
Yep, against Tariq Skubal and the Detroit Tigers.
And are they doing the ring ceremony that day too as well, or is that on Friday?
I was actually talking to my dad earlier about this,
Mhm.
and he said, and this was news to me, they're doing ring ceremony game 2.
I
don't
think
know
that
if
is
that's-
true.
I
It
don't
is
know
true.
if that's
I
true,
think.
but I don't know why.
I don't know why either, but because it's a Friday night game, you know.
Maybe.
I did see that though, because we do season seats. Cronies has
Yeah.
season seats, and
Eat it, cronies.
it did say game 2 was the ring ceremony. So we will see. We will see.
Interesting. Here's the numbers.
4.6, not bad.
4.6, most in a regular season game since Cavs Celtics of February of 2018, nearly 2017.
That was when LeBron was on the Cleveland.
Yeah, so LeBron's been in both games, but the LeBron effect. He's the GOAT. Anyways, but Uh, but
Yeah.
no, Doncic has turned the NBA around. But before that, MLB with Japan viewers at least are on the rise, and Otani's helping all of America out in general with viewership, and NBA was going down.
Of course. And I think they've gotten well, MLB also has the luxury of having these great players from different countries. I think America's always had. I guess it's Luka Doncic and Jokic, but I
Yeah.
think America's always had the best talent when it comes to
Yeah.
basketball. So
Hey, we're what, the 30,000 time gold medal champ? I'm just saying.
exactly, like America always wins the Olympics. So I think the MLB has that advantage, but
Yeah.
you can see just like the difference of just marketing
Yeah.
and just
Well,
viewership
MLB,
has
like
changed.
MLB, the studs. You got like your Dominican Republic studs.
Hmm.
Obviously, your studs from Japan coming in.
True,
You got Cuba. It's like
totally.
MLB's been so much more diverse, especially within North America, and I guess specifically Japan. You can even say Korea as well, starting to come in. But it's just been so much
Europeans
more
need to start
diverse.
playing some baseball. Not enough
Seriously,
Europeans.
I can't even think off the top of my head. I don't got one. Got what? Harry Ford, the minor league catcher for the Mariners. That's what came
Yeah,
to my
you would know
mind.
more than me.
That's
You'd know more than me.
diabolical that I just pulled that name. Anyways,
Alrighty.
but to build some excitement for Dodger opening day, then I think we can probably wrap this one up. To get some excited, Tigers Dodgers interleague opening day. I know technically it was against the Cubs in Japan, but this is home turf opening day, home opener. Game one's going up against Tariq Skubal, Cy Young Award winner,
Who are we pitching?
AL Triple Crown winner. We got Blake Snell
Oh,
going.
really? Oh,
Yeah.
they got a good guy.
Oh, he's the best pitcher in baseball. That's who we're facing game one. And then we got Blake Snell, who's arguably the best pitcher of the second half last year for the Giants, now with us. So it's going to be one hell of a pitching match. But usually pitchers don't last too long. We obviously have our stud team. Speaking of, though, I got a notification while filming this of Mookie Betts completed a workout at Dodger Stadium on Monday and intends to play in Tuesday's game against the Angels, the Freeway Series tomorrow.
No, yeah, I did see that Mookie, his recovery was taking longer than expected for the
Yes,
sickness.
I'm concerned. Like these week-long illnesses, these are not something to mess with.
Yeah, and he lost big time weight, so
Yeah,
hopefully
like
he can
50,
figure that out.
pounds. But yeah, we got our studs that hopefully include Mookie Betts against the Tigers, who surprised playoff team last year.
Is
They
there any
obviously
other
got
opening day matchups that you like in the MLB?
I looked at the schedule. Honestly, not even being a biased Dodger fan here. I'm the most excited for Tigers Dodgers. It is there's no pitching matchup. I'm going to double check my pitching matchups right now. There is no better pitching matchup than Blake Snell, Tariq Skubal game one. You're just not going to see it.
Is Blake Snell a top 3 pitcher in the MLB?
I want to say he has that potential. When he's at his high, when he's healthy, he is so good. He's just got to stay healthy. But I mean, other matchups I'm very excited to see that I will be tuning into are, one of them is Pirates Marlins for 2 reasons. Paul Skeens starting opening day, and Sandy Alcantara, former Cy Young, back from injury, to see how he does. I'm very excited to see that. I'm very excited to see Chris Sale go for the Braves against the Padres. He just won the Triple Crown as well in the National League.
What's
And
the
then
Triple
probably
Crown for pitchers?
it is ERA, wins, and strikeouts.
Oh, wow. Nice.
And then if I had to go one more, again, I don't think opening day is too strong this year. But if I had to do another, I'm excited to see Garrett Crochet traded from the White Sox to the Red Sox, face the Rangers and Nathan Eovaldi.
All he had to do was change his socks.
That's all he did. It's an easy way to get traded. Going against Nathan Eovaldi, who's on that 2018 World Series team for the Red Sox, going for the Rangers now.
All right.
So I guess I'll throw in one more good pitching matchup: Logan Webb of the Giants and Hunter Green of the Reds. I'm not a Hunter Green believer, but we'll see.
I played against that kid growing up in baseball, so I've
Really?
yeah, kidding me? Probably hit a home run off him. Nah, I definitely got a hit though.
Probably a
All
couple
right, guys.
homers.
Well, I think that's it for today, guys. I appreciate everyone tuning in. This has been the High Elevation Podcast, baby. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Woo!